Welcome guys back to another lecture in our color scheme section. This is going to be a quick video. We're going to look at polychromatic colors. We're going to be talking about what it is and how it's used. So quick. Polychromatic basically refers to a scheme that has several colors in it. And I'm not talking about like 2 or 3. I'm talking about like 6 or 7 or 8. A lot of different hues are being at play in this type of color scheme. And when we talk about this term, it basically refers to the styles of architecture, pottery, and sculptures. So architecture in terms of old ancient Egypt or maybe even Egyptian, where they had a lot of different colors in their, in their walls or in their paintings, or even sculptures or potteries. There's pots, for example, very ancient Greek mythology drew a lot of images on their pots depicting a story. So they had to use a lot of different colors for that. So when we think about this type of color scheme, we should pretty much refer to that genre of use for it. And to go along with how it's used, see, its main purpose is to describe the light, to showcase more than one hue of a color, and this means that it has more than one wavelength. So when we talk about lights, hues, and wavelengths, this is very extreme color psychology and color theory. So we're not going to go into that too much because keep in mind this is a game development course in how to use color. So from a game perspective, if you want to use a polychromatic scheme in your level, you have to understand that not all hues work well together. So you can't show too many hues that pull away the user's attention. What I mean by this is, let's say example, you want to use all 3 primary colors, yellow, blue, and red. You can't all have them all the same tone. They can't all be bright red, bright blue, bright yellow, because the player will just be confused after time and be pulled away to different elements of the scene. So obviously you have to choose one of these primary colors as the lightest, or the one that you want to use as your element in order for the player to follow, and then using the other 2 at maybe a little darker shade just to complement it. But you can still do that. There's nothing wrong with that. And then let's say you want to use your green, your purple, and your orange. Keeping in mind that you want to keep those hues even darker or less bright so that your main objective or the main element that you want to showcase to the player is not being cluttered with the other hues and how bright they are. So like I said, polychromatic is totally fine to use in any single game. You could have more than one color. You could have 8, 9, 10, 12 colors. Doesn't matter. But it all depends on what tone and shade you want to use and what elements you want to showcase to the player in terms of the mechanics and the ingredients. That is always something to keep in mind when it comes to colors, especially for polychromatic. And that's it guys for this lecture, and I'll see you guys in the next one.